Through the holidays, I decided to print something that I thought would be super simple, a little bit outside my comfort zone, but I wanted to model and 3D print some icing nozzles to put some cool designs on cupcakes with. What could possibly go wrong with that? I started off with the simplest design possible, a conical shape that would just insert into the corner of a plastic bag. Of course, I had to come up with some general rules for this to be a success in my mind. First of all, the nozzles must be printed, and I don't want to use icing bags, but it seems like everyone has zipper seal bags laying around. Let's just use those. After extensive research online, I found that PLA was a good choice of material. White seems like a good choice of color. Maybe it'll give it more of that unquestionable food safe vibe. Well, that was quick. Let's pull them. Let's give it a try. Just cut the corner, insert the nozzle. This might be a short video. Looking good so far. Let's try that again. Maybe try a smaller hole this time. Insert the nozzle. This one's super tight. The nozzle barely sticks out of the end of the bag. I think it's gonna work. Let's try some frosting. It keeps wanting to work its way out. This looks like trouble already. The frosting's already starting to go around the nozzle. I guess it's not perfect, but it's not bad. By the way that tip shot out of there, I'll bet this stuff has some oil in it. Sugar, yep, second ingredient, palm oil, canola oil. Well, it looks like there's 3 problems we gotta fix here. 1, we gotta stop the icing from lubricating the tip and ejecting it. 2, stop the icing from going around the tip, because it just sucks to work with. 3, make it so the hole size in the bag is not super critical. At this point, I'm thinking I should have just paid the big bucks and bought them at the store. But all 6 nozzles only use 14 grams of material, which is about 30 cents. So let's keep moving and see where this goes. I began to put a few concepts on the paper of how I could get the icing through the nozzle tip. I ended up making a 2-piece clamp setup where they're joined together by threads. One end would direct the bag into the piping tip before routing it around the back side of the nozzle, sealing the bag against the nozzle and the clamp. The excess bag closest to the piping end would be held in place against the nozzle by the other side of the clamp. This seems like a good way to ensure that the icing gets directed out the piping end. 2 sealing surfaces are created to prevent icing leaks if the icing is able to squeeze to that point in the first place. I think we have our winner. Let's get modeling. I started with the top piece that seals the bag against the back side of the nozzle. Then I started with the second piece, which pulls on the first piece to hold the bag sealed tight against the back side of the nozzle. I was nervous about printing the threads, but I guess all we can do is see how it goes. I tried printing the 2 pieces together, but I had some adhesion issues. At least I got one good piece out of it, so I guess I'll just print that stubborn piece on its own. Just as I suspected, the threads were too tight, so I loosened up the tolerances, printed the second one, and it seemed to work pretty good. Time to see how it works with the bag. Perfect. I think we could try some frosting out of this one. seems to have a lovely transition now. But the proof will be in the frosting. I'm already liking this design better. A couple of test runs. Nothing squeezing out. Looking great. Let's squeeze it real hard. Sweet. Well, I saw this coming, but I didn't know it would be this bad. I put serrations on there, but I'm still slipping. I think I gotta figure out some wrenches just in case this ever gets too bad. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. Let's try that again. Everything was looking good. These are going to work, I thought, until I realized that the serrations are pointed the wrong way and don't go all the way through the nozzle. As it is, these wrenches will need to slide over the frosting in the bag in order to work. Gonna have to rethink this one. So I got back to SolidWorks and cut a part of the wrench off so I could slide on from the side. They ended up being a little bit tight. Probably could have just gone with one tooth and it would have worked just fine, but it'll work for now. I didn't know how they would behave underneath warm water, but I was able to rinse them out just fine. It was tough to get all the frosting out, so I ended up using a toothpick to jam through. I'm completely satisfied with this one, but let's try a different one. This one looks good. There is still no frosting leaking between the bag and the piping. You can see how clean it is on the outside here. And it looks like all the frosting went right down into the inside. So it looks like we got a flat nozzle left. A textured one, not sure what it's called, a teardrop one, and a leaf. I think we should try these on some real cupcakes. Time for the baking show. Yeah, I know, don't laugh.